What is up, YouTube? Fearmax Gaming here, bringing you guys news about Digimon Rearise. We have a leak of the upcoming banners and the new SDQ, so let's talk about it. We start talking about the next step up summon banner, where the guaranteed Digimon at the last step is Calm MagnaGarurumon, and as a secondary, you can pull Calm Cherubimon. This banner will be available on April 6th, so that's 2 days from now, and you can get Calm Skill Stone Fragments from Step 3 onward with bits, protein, and plugin boosters. MagnaGarurumon has pretty decent stats actually, with 5,720 HP, 3,920 tech, 1,339 defense, and 37 speed, so he's pretty fast for a Calm Digimon. Now for his skills, we have his main skill, which deals 340% damage to two enemies, increases his crit chance to damage enemies, and shields by 30% for 2 turns. That means he can damage through Galamon's shield, so that's pretty interesting. His sub-skill deals 210% damage to 3 enemies and gives 20% power reduction for 2 turns. It's pretty nice as well. And his passive is increase counter rate to calm allies by 20% for 2 turns and hits brave Digimon 1.35 times for 5 turns. Overall, his stats are nice, and I can see him having play in Battle Park, but not much in the long run because of all the overpowered Digimon that already exist in JP and that will come to global little by little. And with him comes Calm Cherubimon. His stats are 6,860 HP. He has 3,305 tech, 1,339 defense, and 27 speed. He looks more durable than his devoted version, so that's good at least. Now let's check up his skills. His main skill does 340% damage to 2 enemies and increases Calm allies 25% defense for 2 turns. Almost the same amount as the devoted one, but only for Calm Digimon. And it has a 55% chance to shock enemies as well for 2 turns. That's nice actually. His sub skill does 260% damage to 2 enemies and reduces enemy crit rate by 30% for 2 turns. And his passive is increase Calm Allies block by 20% for 2 turns, and it increases maximum HP by 20% to all Calm Allies permanently. So he is a devoted Cherubimon and Gromon in one pack. I can see him being used in a pure calm team, putting them tanky just like Gromon does on brave teams. Next up, we have a new limited summon banner, which will include Imperialdramon, Fighter Mode, and Dragon Mode. I don't know which of the two versions of the Fighter Mode will come, but I will tell you both versions just in case, when we get sure which one we're getting. First, we're gonna talk about the Imperialdramon Fighter Mode Tenacious, and his stats are 7,997 HP, 3,305 power, 1,339 defense, and 22 speed. Honestly, I love Fighter's Mode design. I remember using him a lot in what's this name? What's this game called? Digimon Rumble Arena, I think it was called, for the PS1. Anyways, moving on. His main skill does 340% damage to 2 enemies, ignoring damage limit, which it can be useful against Brave Omegamon right now. And he increases his own counter rate by 50% for 2 turns. His sub skill does 210% damage to 3 enemies and increases crit rate of calm allies by 30% for 2 turns, and his passive increases his own defense by 50% for 1 turn, and increases power damage resistance to calm allies by 30% for 2 turns. He is a very nice Digimon to have in a calm team because he benefits them from giving them power resistance to actually do some damage to Omegamon, just like Lilith does. Now, for the fighter mode, assuming the Brave version is the one coming, his stats are 6,870 HP, 4,671 power, 1,807 defense, and 27 speed. His main skill does 460% damage to one enemy and reduces its buffs for 3 turns. He does double damage if it crits. Whoa, wow, he just like Omegamon. Okay, that's pretty nice. His sub skill does 210% damage to 3 enemies and reduces their buffs for 3 turns, and increases his own power by 40% for 2 turns. And his passive disables shock, paralysis, freeze, stun, and sleep to all allies, and he reduces all enemies' power damage resistance by 40%. Now this is what I call power, people. I might try to pull him because I really like him and he looks really strong in both versions. More the brave one than the tenacious, but still. Now for the other form, which is Imperialdramon dragon form, he is a brave Digimon and his stats are 5,720 HP, 3,920 power, 1,339 defense, and 27 speed. This is another Digimon that I really like personally because I used to watch this series a lot. And yeah, it really got my attention when I saw the leak. So we'll see what happens for when they come out. I might do a video about pulling them. Anyways, moving on to his skills. His main skill deals 340% damage to 2 enemies and decreases their defense by 30% for 2 turns, and increases his own power by 30% for 2 turns. That is pretty neat for a main skill. His sub skill does 210% damage to 3 enemies and has a 40% chance to inflict darkness or blind for 2 turns. And his passive is Nullify Shock, Paralysis, Frozen, Stun, and Sleep to all brave allies for 1 turn. And to top it off, he attacks Deft Digimon first no matter if there's a taunt active, and he will inflict Deft Digimon 1.35 times the damage to them. For Deft Weak, he can be very useful in my opinion. Honestly, this banner convinces me because both Digimon are decent for Battle Park in the least. Fighter mode we'll see more in the future, but yeah, both are pretty good. Now for the SDQ, we are getting Deft Bilsamon, and SDQ will be available from April 6 to April 21. Let's get down to his stats, shall we? His stats are 5,091 HP, 2,935 power, 1,339 defense, and 22 speed. Now to his skills. His main skill does 280% damage to 3 enemies and reduces 20% recoil, which I don't know what that is. If anybody knows, please let me know in the comment section. Plus, he has a 50% chance to give error to 3 enemies for 2 turns. His sub skill does 130% damage to all enemies, reduces 20% block to all enemies for 2 turns, and his passive reduces all enemies' defense by 20% permanent, disables shock, paralysis, freezing, faint, and sleep for himself. He is okay, I guess. His main giving out those arrows can be a little bit tedious, and his passive, but eh, I will grind to get him just because I like Bilzamon, but I don't think he will see much play. Could be wrong though, so yeah. Anyways, guys, that's my review for the new Digimon coming. I hope you guys enjoyed the content. Be sure to subscribe to my channel for more Digimon Rearise content, and I'll be making videos about other games. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.